Black Country New Road is an art rock band that just released their first album since the departure of their unique sounding vocalist, and I decided to look into their history. Often referred to as BCNR, they are an experimental and progressive band that emerged from an underground music scene in South London referred to as the Windmill Scene, which is characterized by bands that challenge the idea of genre with elements of post-punk, art rock, avant-garde, and math rock, while often utilizing vocals that lean towards spoken word, taking inspiration from bands like Slint. Originally, there were 8 friends in a Cambridge-based band with 2 drummers called Nervous Conditions. They recorded an album in 2017, but never released it due to bad stuff with the singer. So one of the drummers parted ways with the band, and guitarist Isaac Wood became the emotionally honest and unique-sounding vocalist when they re-emerged as a 6-piece band called Black Country New Road in 2018. They released one single, Athens, France, before second guitarist Luke Mark joined the band in 2019. To complete the lineup, there is May Kershaw on keyboards, Georgia Ellery on violin, Lewis Evans on sax, Tyler Hyde on bass, and Charlie Wayne on drums. They signed with the label Ninja Tune and released their debut album For the First Time on February 5th of 2021, which included re-recordings of both of their singles from 2019 along with 4 other tracks.
I am invincible in these sunglasses. I am the Fonz. I am the Jack of Hearts.
Some are pretty long and progress to many abstract and complex places musically with passionate and melancholic lyrics. The album was very well received and made it to number 4 on the UK charts. Their next album, however, would go even higher to number 3 and was even more widely acclaimed. Ants From Up There was released on February 4th, 2022, and draws a little bit more influence from pop music, and feels more familiar and less chaotic like an underground band playing their live set like the first album does. But in many ways, Ants From Up There is even more impressive musically, and proves that they have a unique sound like no other band. This album was my introduction to the band when it came out in 2022, and it quickly roped me in with its intro track in a 5/8 time signature, and then the progressive single, Chaos Space Marine. It was written during the lockdowns of 2020, and mostly recorded live together while things were opening up, but the band had confined themselves to a farmhouse, allowing them to record it with the same vibe of solitude that they had written it with. It is somewhat of a concept album, birthed from the song Basketball Shoes, that reaches more than 12 minutes and was written before the release of their first album.
And it tortures me.
4 days before the release of the album, singer Isaac Wood unfortunately stepped away from the group due to mental health concerns. This caused the band to have to cancel their first US tour. It was decided that the band would carry on with the remaining 6 members and that they would no longer play any of the old material. All of them quickly contributed to new written material so that they could maintain some of their previous touring obligations. They released a second EP of cover songs, the first of which was released after the first full-length album, and then recorded and filmed their live compositions and released it as Live at Bush Hall in early 2023. This would give us a glimpse into how the band would function without the previous prominent lead man, but the band quickly moved on from this material to sit down and focus harder for what would be a more well-thought-out studio album. This lineup goes into more folky and baroque places while still maintaining their progressive and artistic style. With the new album, Forever Howlong, released on April 4th, 2025, the vocal role is split between the 3 ladies, Tyler Hyde, May Kershaw, and Georgia Ellery, though the other 3 members have all also performed lead vocals on releases at this point. The spoken word vibe, the absolutely chaotic moments, and some of the dark elements are now gone from the band. But the generally more friendly sounding version of this band still goes into some dark and very interesting places, and I'm curious about how fans will react to it. I'm sure many old fans are not going to enjoy the direction that the band has gone in, but I also am sure that there's going to be many new fans that are more interested in this era of the band. If you already know about this band, please comment below what your thoughts are. Are you excited about how they're moving forward, or do you hate it, or are you somewhere in the middle? Let me know what you think. I'd love to see different opinions in the comment section, and we can support the band by checking out their Bandcamp page and buying some of their merch or digital albums. I know there is a lot more I could learn about this band, and if it is requested for me to go even further in depth on them, then maybe I will do so in the future, but I wanted to bust out some quicker videos at the moment. If I got anything super wrong, which I don't think I did, please let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, consider subscribing and checking out my longer videos, and thank you very much for watching. Have a happy listening session.